Yo, what's going on, you guys? My name is Owen and welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are all having a great day so far. Today's video is gonna be a little bit different than my normal style of video because as requested by one of you guys actually, I'm gonna be doing a full styling breakdown for all 7 looks in my newest collection for my brand SOMAR. I'm sure many of you guys know that I'm releasing my second SOMAR collection on December 13th at 9 a.m. PST. I'm super proud of this collection and you guys have been going absolutely crazy for it. And I wanted to do a breakdown on the styling for each of the looks, basically going head to toe, as we'll be talking about each SOMAR item as it comes up in the outfits, as well as the non-SOMAR items that we used for styling and stuff. I think it should be a really interesting video. If you guys like this style of content, then maybe I'll keep it rolling in the future. Kind of like scrambling a bit. I'm a little bit ill, but I wanted to put out this video for you guys before the drop, so hopefully it comes out before the drop. Starting off with look number 1 of 7. This is actually the first outfit that I put together when I was doing the mock styling in the studio. And I knew this had to be one of the headline looks, I guess, one of the main characters. Very reminiscent of like Modern Warfare 2 styling. Yeah, to run over these SOMAR items first, going head to toe. The first item is the SOMAR Veil MA1 Bomber. This is one of the, again, headline pieces for the collection. This thing is a beefy jacket. I've talked about it a lot in some previous content. And then for the jeans, these are actually the Perth denim, which is a new fit for SOMAR. This is sort of like our boot cut fit, which is a little bit slimmer than our Ahabs and it has a little bit more of an exaggerated flare. If you guys bought the G74 tassel trousers or the G73, it's the same fit as that pretty much, except in now a denim jean form, pretty much the exact same as the Ahab. So it has quick draw pockets and everything. Same selvage 14-ounce denim. Black on black. This is my personal pair that I've been wearing for a while. I swapped over from the sample pair to this final production pair, so it's not as broken in as I'd like it to be right now, but the Perth denim. And then on feet, before we touch on the non-SOMAR items, he's wearing the Desert Camo Hunk boots, which is the new version of the Hunk boots. It has this custom digi-camo printed all over on this beautiful canvas, and it's got matte black hardware all over. This is just a beefy boot. I've talked about this again in previous content, so I won't talk about it too much, but this is probably my most worn shoe for 2025, because as soon as I got my sample pair in, I just did not take them off for so long. It's really cool to finally get this out there. It's not the only shoe releasing in this collection, so I'll touch on that in a little bit. And then for the non-SOMAR items, he's wearing this tan face shield right here. This is actually an airsoft face shield. I've got a couple of them for the shoe. This thing is really, really cool. We bought all the props and styling stuff maybe like a month or 2 in advance of the shoot. Really sick. The color is dope, which kind of is a similar tone to the tannish green on the Veil Bomber like tape webbing. He's also wearing my classic Oakleys. I don't know where they are right now. And then for the gloves, he's wearing these guys right here. These are some Cortec, I think these are like motocross gloves. I've had these for probably a year at this point. I've used them for other shoots as well. So a lot of the gloves and little accessories you've probably seen in other shoots or you've seen me wear before. And I think that wraps it up for this outfit. Oh, one more thing. He's wearing these right here. He's also wearing these, which are just some like communications headphones. These are like real headphones. I think these were probably made for airsoft, I wanna say, but they are just like normal headphones with a mic for communication. They're not actually plugged into anything for this shoot, but that's exactly how it is. That wraps it up for the first outfit. Look number 2 is probably my favorite of all of the 7 looks. This is again another hero outfit. Starting at the top for the SOMAR items, he's wearing the new Veil MA1 Ghillie Bomber, which I've talked about a lot in my previous video. This is basically the same thing as the black version, except instead of a black cotton underneath the veil layer, it is a custom digi-camo that I designed. And then all of the finishings are custom dyed to this really beautiful army green, in between a green and a tan. So all this stuff from the factory does not come dyed. So this is custom knit ribbing that we had to dye to this color. Same with the mesh netting, same with the cuffs, same with the tassels. Everything is custom dyed. And I'm really happy with this piece. And for this particular look, he's using the distressed one, which is this one right here, which we've like put holes in to kind of reveal the digi camo underneath. And then moving down in the outfit, he is wearing the new SOMAR P-Quad cargos in this snow camo colorway. This is again the same custom digi camo that I designed that's on the bomber, it's on the boots, so it all coherently flows together. You guys have been asking for these pants for a really long time, so I'm glad to finally get it out there. I was waiting for the right time to release them. It is the exact same P-Quad fit that I've released previously, except there's a couple of differences. One being it has these 3D cargo pockets on the thighs, where it's flat on the front, and then as it gets out towards the back, it actually flares out and it becomes a 3D pocket. They have a button flap that you can close with two, what's it called, shank buttons, and then it also has a shank button cargo pocket on the back. And this is just such a beefy pair of pants. It's a cotton twill. It's been custom printed and then washed and then sewn together. So this is a labor of love, and I think they look great, especially with this outfit. And then for the footwear, again, it's the same digi camo punk boots. I think the tonal look for this outfit looks insane. And then for the non-SOMAR items, and you might notice that he's wearing a shoulder pauldron hood type situation, and that is actually what's called a Ghillie foundation, which I have two for the shoot, and this is the tan one. This is basically what Ghillie suits start off as. They start off as this base model, which is basically just shoulders, a yoke on the back, and then a hood. And the idea is that you can build your Ghillie suit off of this by collecting twigs and leaves and other attachments for the Ghillie suit that are prefab, and it looks so sick over top the bomber. It's a really cool item, and I'm really happy that got a couple of these for the shoot. I think it just looks awesome on top of the bomber. And then for the mask, it's the same tan mask that I showed previously. And then he's also wearing some skeleton work gloves. I love a skeleton glove. I know they're sort of like cheesy sometimes, but I think these ones are really cool. They're basically just high grip gloves that have this skeleton hand print on them, and got a couple of them for the shoot. He's wearing another cutoff one that I have. I don't know where they are in the studio right now, but it's the same exact thing. Moving on to look number 3, this is another really sick one. Again, starting off on top, he's wearing the black veil bomber, and then for the pants, he's wearing the black over-dyed pair of the P-Quad digi camo cargos. So we basically took about half of the snow camo ones, and we decided to over-dye them black and then do very light distressing and light repairs. They were put through such a heavy wash process that we wanted to make sure some stuff was actually locked down, so we did some repairs on them as well. And it kind of gave this like brownish tone, and then with the contrast cream stitching looks insane. And the overdyed pairs are way more limited than the snow camo ones. And the last step before we get into the non-SOMAR items, he is wearing the black canvas hunk boots. You guys have been asking for an all black version of the hunk boots for a minute, and these are them. It's basically the exact same material as the digi camo canvas ones, except this is just a black dyed version, and that has black hardware all over. So the black SOMAR ski clamps, black rivets, black sole. Is just like a completely murdered out pair of shoes, which looks so cool. This is my personal pair that I just started wearing because I just upgraded from the sample pair. And then for the accessories, I actually don't have them on hand because we rented some stuff from a prop warehouse that we're affiliated with. The mask is like, it's a real ballistic mask. It's like a ballistic face shield that cuts off right above the eyebrows, I want to say, which looks super dope with Shane's hair. And then the gloves are like SOMAR sample, which I'm keeping on the DL. You guys have been asking about those gloves. They're gonna be coming in the new year for sure. And yeah, that wraps it up for this look. Look number 4 again has the Veil Ghillie bomber, except the non-distressed one. I just don't have one on hand right now, but this is the distressed one again. And then on his back, you might notice he's wearing a backpack, and that is this guy right here. SOMAR is finally releasing a backpack. This is the Veil Burden bag, which is based off of a tactical backpack that we've completely reconstructed. It's basically a tactical backpack with the veil layer over top every single surface on the backpack. It even goes on the top. It even goes on the back around this massive pocket. And then all of the zipper tape is the same as the black veil bomber. So it has like the really nice army green color to it. All the hardware is antique bronze, and every single zipper has this super long tassel, so it kind of like cohesively goes with the veil bomber. Really happy with how this item came out. Ever since I teased it like a few months ago, maybe like 3 or 4 months ago, you guys went crazy for it. So the veil backpack is finally releasing in this collection. And the only other SOMAR item is, again, the black hunk boots. Was debating going tonal for this outfit, but I think actually breaking it up with the black, which kind of matches with the backpack, worked out perfectly. And then going on to the non-SOMAR items, again, I don't have this one on hand because we rented it, but one of my big inspirations was the EVA helmet from Halo, specifically like Halo 3 or Halo Reach, which is basically like a massive face shield like of glass that's I think intended for pilots, like the universe pilots. The closest thing that we could find is actually a vintage fencing mask. So that's what Vigo is wearing in the shoot, is a vintage fencing mask. And then we use the same headphones over top. And for the hands, he's wearing the same skeleton gloves. And then for the pants, it's actually a pair of pants that I've had for maybe 5 years at this point. Just some climbing pants. I think they're, I don't know, I honestly do not know what they are, but they're basically shell pants. You're supposed to wear these over top other pants, and they just like cargo pockets. They have some really cool like tactical looking details all over them. Yeah, I've like undid the hem on these because originally they had an elastic hem, so they kind of like puddle nicely over the boot. I love the taped zippers on the like seams. It's supposed to like, it goes through the pant. You can just like put your hand right through. Are the pants that he's wearing for the outfit. I think that concludes outfit number 4. Outfit number 5 is supposed to be my take on like an aquatic soldier, I guess. Navy SEAL, something like that. And on top, he's wearing a new item that I've not shown off yet, but I think it's probably gonna be the sleeper item in the collection. I'll show some B-roll and stuff of me wearing it so you guys can get the full effect. But this is called the Spectre beanie. I have a, what's it called, a cardboard paper in it right now to like some shape, but it's a black beanie with silent Velcro taping on the side, which attaches to this really sick cabled knit neck gaiter that's distressed. And the idea is that's supposed to be a beanie gaiter combo, that kind of mask where all you can see is maybe like your nose and your eyes. It has the SOMAR logo embroidered on the back right there. I have been wanting to do this item for so long. We've actually gone through so many samples because getting like the thickness right in the gauge and getting like the right width and everything and making sure the beanie fits nice, it's way more complicated than I originally thought it would be. And then he's wearing my Oakleys down below, again with the veil backpack. And then to kind of kit out the backpack a little bit, we attached a real flare to one of the straps. Originally we wanted to light the flare, and then the studio hand was like, no, you cannot do that in here. And we're like, damn, that kind of like ruined a little bit of our plan, but we just ended up strapping it to one of the backpack straps. And then on the front side, we attached two like scuba, what are they called? Scuba flippers, or just like, I don't know, aquatic flippers, to like further emphasize like the Navy SEAL, like aquatic warrior thing. Then on top, he is wearing the new version of the stretcher long sleeve, which is this thermal version right here. A lot of you guys have been asking for SOMAR to make a thermal long sleeve, so we ended up using the same fit as the stretcher long sleeve and doing it in this black thermal. So it's amazing, and it has the same like sleeves with the thumb holes. I think it's just so easy to throw on. It has the center back seam. Everything from the stretcher long sleeve that you love is back in the thermal version. Has like all the distressing and stuff. And moving down for the pants, he is wearing the Ahab jeans, which is coming back again. This is like probably SOMAR's like #1 most popular item. You guys keep asking for it, so it is restocking again. It is our take on a straight leg pair of jeans with a subtle flare on the bottom hem. My personal pair that I've had for over a year at this point. As you can tell, the heels are completely chomped off. And yeah, we had Shane wear a brand new pair, and on feet he's wearing the black punk boots again for a complete like stealth mode look. And yeah, I think that wraps it up for outfit number 5. Outfit number 6 is a sick one. I knew I wanted one look to be sort of like a melee warrior, somebody who like prefers melee weapons when they go into battle. Using that as the jumping off point, I knew I wanted to do the damaged veil bomber, which just looks so sick. It shows so much texture all around it. And then on top of that, he's wearing a black Ghillie foundation, which just looks so sick over top the veil bomber. It's like a cheat code for like instant aura, I guess. And then for the pants, again, we're using the P-Quad Digi Camo cargos. So we kind of like break the outfit in half almost, because the top half is all black and the bottom half will be all camo. Because on feet, he's rocking the Digi Camo hunk boots. I think it gives like a lot of texture, a lot of dimension to this outfit. And for the mask, he's wearing a black version of the same face shield that kind of shows a little bit of skin through it. And then the real kicker to like lock in the melee combat warrior a vibe for this outfit are these 2 batons right here. And this one is actually a stun baton. So you can flick it on. Actually, it is already on. Turn it on there. Fuck yeah. This thing is so sick. And this thing is also a flashlight as well. You can see the light turns on there. Looks super sick when the room's all filled up with smoke and fog. And then this is just another baton right here, again with the flashlight on it. Low-key, you guys might have seen this before by somebody else. Let's just say somebody's paying attention, because we bought these a long time ago. That's pretty fucking cool, I'm not gonna lie. And moving on to the last outfit, this was sort of like my take on a sniper, I guess. We could have got a sniper rifle for the shoot, but it might have been a little too much. It would have taken it away from the like actual look itself and the clothes and everything. For the face covering, Vigo is wearing the Spectre beanie, which is just so sick. I mean, the thing is so cool. Like, I genuinely think this is gonna be the sleeper item of the collection. And then we have the Oakleys on top, kind of go with the idea of him being a sniper recon character. We have the thermal stretcher long sleeve underneath the black Ghillie like veil foundation, which is such a sick combo. It worked so well. And then on his back, he is wearing the veil burden bag. For the pants, Vigo's wearing the black overdyed P-Quad Digi Camo cargos. And then for the shoes, since it is like a stealth character, he is wearing the murdered out hunks, the stealth mode hunks. It's easily one of my favorite outfits. I think it's like an understated outfit. It looks very wearable beyond the foundation on his back. Kind of wraps it up for that outfit, and that wraps it up for all 7 looks. I gave you guys enough insight on like sort of the process and my way of thinking when it came to putting these outfits together for the shoot and everything. If you guys like this style of video, please let me know down in the comments below, because I have no idea if this is gonna hit for you guys or not. Again, the whole Zero Fathom collection releases on December 13th at 9 AM PST. I really appreciate you guys' support on everything as always. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you in the next one. Later.